Hello, Twitch. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Hopefully the audio is not messy. Got a little laundry to do. So yeah, I was a little behind the ball getting stream ready tonight. Apologies. Oh hey, maybe I should fold that in the right direction. That helps. And yeah, some of them are like burnt now in the hand area, or at least well heated or well stained and just sort of stuck in. This one's even got a hole in it at this point. But I don't use these for cleaning up messes. These are for essentially my hot pan holders. Welcome in, Ozzy. Happy to see you, Will. Welcome, welcome. Did I grind coffee? Of course not. Couldn't tell which side was front. Just in time for the finish of the song. All right, coffee time. Apron catching my hair. No, not today. Twitch sort of frowns on that one. So typically you only get a couple-day ban. Okay, coffee. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely Friday. Yay, it's the weekend. I mean, I guess in the last, 6 months or so, there was a girl straight up just did their business right in stream. Couple day ban, right back at it. Almost there. Didn't want to risk that overflowing it for that last, I don't know, 10 grams. I made some changes just before stream today, in that I got rid of one of my microphones over there that I've sort of used but really haven't been using. And for some reason, Microsoft's audio, they just don't seem to understand it. That for some reason meant that my regular computer speakers, which I just have some like $5 or $10 little cheapo USB speakers that are not identified anymore. I don't know, maybe I can reboot the computer and they'll show up again, but I'm not going to be able to do that while I'm streaming. Scale tonight. My Sunday answer in the dinner command is sort of a non-answer because I don't really know what I'm planning to do. The idea is we're going to get to that day. I'm going to look what's around the house and what I need to get used up. Namely, I know I have some potatoes over there I need to get used up before I leave town for like a week. Where'd my cap go? There you are. Gotta put on my... over here. But that may also include some prep for maybe the trip down. Like, I don't really want to do prep for the whole trip. I mean, it's a long enough trip that I don't want to do like sandwiches for the whole trip, but I do want to do some like quick meals for while I'm driving. For lunches on the way down. And I don't know if I'm going to work that into stream or if that's going to be a quick and dirty off stream thing. I mean, it just could be some sandwiches or something. Oh, PB&J's, bologna's, yeah, quick and dirty. Cheers, folks. Welcome in. Happy to see you all. And maybe I'll get to work on that new command I've been hinting at. Alright, first thing first. That's Molly saying I shouldn't say that. Let's see here. We need to make some bread. And what recipe am I going to follow for my bread tonight? Yeah, let's go with that one. Three-quarters of a cup of water. That is nice and warm. And since the kettle started warming that up, should be nice and toasty for our yeasty friends. About a tablespoon of sugar. Figuring that was roughly 3 teaspoons with my pinches there. So the second one by far was the largest of the 3. Add our yeasties in. Yeah, let's go a little heavier with that. I'm using up the last of this batch of yeast. It's been around too long. I got a new brick waiting to be opened once we get through this one. Ooh, that presents a problem. What What am I going to use for that if I'm going to use that for the bread? I guess I'm going to use this to make soup. I guess that's our soup pot tonight, chat. I was going to do soup in my cast iron like crock or but I'm going to do the bread in that, so can't do both in the same thing. I think I want to use the large one, not the small one. Flour. It's open. Go. What is the measurement on that? Shake. It's really interesting how they actually make potato flakes. Using giant drum roller heaters. Oh my, that yeast is happy. Oh, that yeast is happy. Yes, that yeast be like in life right now. Look how foamy that is. Flake on big events. I'm not quite sure where you're going with that. They flake on oil fried dives. I'm completely lost, Ozzy. I'm sorry. No idea what you're after there. What you're trying to joke about there. Yeah, that was originally... That right there was originally measured at 3/4 of a cup. And it sort of almost looks there, I can almost get it to look like... That looks like a cup right now, doesn't it? Measure on the side of the cup. Alright, adding our yeast water in with our egg, our oil, flour, and potato flakes. And yeah, I'm gonna get everything out of here because I put my sugar in here. So if it didn't all combine, I want to make sure and get that in there too. I think it mostly dissolved into that warm water. Brushing out the bowl here for the bread to rise in. Or proof. Just getting the majority of the stuff that's gonna maybe hinder it from growing on the sides. And then spritz of oil. And a Stream Raiders battle. Ooh, 2 people, 2 units. Ready to fight a valiant fight, whoever joined me. We'll let that hang out and do its thing for a little bit. Let all those yeasties get drunk and fat and create lots of CO2. Oh, I should have done haste. Pulled it out at the end, though. That's rather shocking to me. That was more of a, like, we're sorry you only got 2 units. Here, move on. Congrats to Ozzy, our martyr in that battle. Let's take a look at the quests here in the store before we get back into cooking here. No quests for me. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to be... Is that still there? I was supposed to be doing flag bearers the other day. $250. How do I get to that? Alright, we need to defrost some broth here. I'm debating if that's really the first thing I want to get going with that, though. I think I'm going to start with some veg. Chop up some onion here, chop up some Let's go with sweet onion. Oh, come on, knife. You're not that dull. You were doing pretty good the other day. I'm torn on cutting that one in half. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Ozzy be wiggling. flake on cutting that one in half. Not sure what you're referring to, Ozzy. You're just confusing me all sorts tonight, Ozzy. I'm adding more veg to this than is traditionally there. The onion and the celery are sort of my addition here. Normally it's very finely diced carrots. And I'm still going to be using, but either pearl couscous or I forget the Italian pasta name, but essentially very, very small spherical pieces of pasta. Great, Cosmic, welcome in. See, I don't even have to stop chopping to talk to the chat. Turn the flame on for our pan back here. There is a flame there, good. Was thinking I was smelling gas there for a moment. We'll start with our onions. Once this warms up a little bit. We're doing pretty good tonight. Got some bread brewing. Oh, what a horrible dad joke. That one I'm almost a little serious on. I mean, that one... That one took a little bit of describing to get there. Bread is looking happy. It's already poofing. Oh, heat up, you thin metal pan. I'm surprised this has taken so long already. Why aren't you smoking already? Oh, hey, we can maybe have a higher flame. I'm using my own pre-made stocks for this. You can certainly do the whole stock pot with the fresh chicken carcass in there, you know, sort of leftover chicken after the day after. This is a great dish for that. If you've got, you know, chicken dinner, roast chicken dinner the first night, second night, make broth out of the bones, you probably got some bread left over. Celery, and now our carrots going in. Going to wish I had a bottle of white wine open, because that would be lovely to deglaze here, but toy with my filters here a little bit. Bit more salt. And reusing our yeast measuring cup, I'm going to add 2 cups of water in here. That alone, even without the stock in there, is looking quite delicious as a broth. But I think we're going to make that even better now. With some homemade chicken stock and some homemade vegetable stock, so we get all of those flavors in there. And this is going to be on top of the pork flavoring that we'll get from the meatballs. So we're doing a combo of chicken and pork with this dish. Why are you not following me? I'm great, Celtic. Hopefully you are well as well. Let's see, is it Stream Raider time yet? Another 7 minutes. 7 minutes. So I'm going to take this and give this a 4-corner fold. Nice, Celtic. Yeah, I mean, whether you've invested in the quick bake bread at home overnight no need version, or you take the time to make some properly kneaded, beautiful bread. Just fresh bread is just always great to have around the house. Oh yeah, once you get into the whole having to feed them all the time, you start finding all sorts of reasons to use it. Wonder what the cost would be to have. I mean, I know it's probably still pretty expensive. Wonder what the test would be to see if you could extract natural yeasts. Like, I would love to create my own natural, local, 100% natural, like 100% real, without, some sort of implement creating it, yeast from the area that I'm at. But at the same time, doing it, I doubt I would trust it without having it be tested for being not something else that I don't want to eat. That said, pretty popular beers out there to this day are fermented in open air, which do like me an anchor steam every now and then, but you have to really open that the birds can fly over it. I forget the real reason behind that, though. There was a reason that it wasn't just beer reasons. Like, it wasn't like the idea of open fermentation was enough of a pull back in the day when Anchor Steam started. There was some, I forget what the reason was, whether it was city regulations or the amount of gases produced through the fermentation and them not having a proper way to handle. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. I've taken a tour of the place. They do a nice tour. Still not a Yingling though. Wow, 6 to 16 loaves. Wow. Yeah, wild yeast, when I'm talking about what I was talking, I'd love to try and create my own local culture. Many cases you see that you have people will start with like their bread yeast and just keep going with it and let it open air do its thing, which typically the local yeasts will take over with time. But yeah, I'd like to try and start one without it entirely, because I mean, there's ways that you can pull yeast off of stuff in the open air. Usually it's just combined with a whole bunch of other nasty stuff in the environment. But you can find fresh yeast in grape must. You can find it in growing in rafters of old barns. One minute until Stream Raiders. We gonna win it, Ozzy? You gonna carry me? You know, it's interesting. I checked on it, and at least according to the Google, Bailey's will last up to 2 years from production, open or closed. But I remember going when I was at Buffalo Trace. Their version of their cream whiskey is supposed to be refrigerated after it's opened, and then has a shelf life after being open of only a couple months. Several baguettes, a few loaves. Call them cake breads. I'm actually thinking of doing one of those tonight. I'm gonna do one of those keg breads tonight. All right, let's do this battle. Monster smash. Victory. Ozzy getting that healer scroll. All right, so we got this going. We've got our bread a-proofing. And so it's time to get working on those meatballs. Meant to do that. Well, like I said, there is natural yeast, and there are places that, like here in San Francisco, the yeast here, it's not a bad thing. It's when other things get in there that knocked all my coffee into the sink there, the coffee grounds. So we got a puck of pork meat. That I'm gonna try and depuckify. With a P. I'll add some spices in here. A little heat. It'll be the only heat in the whole dish. A little cayenne there. Onion powder. This can of garlic powder that I bought a replacement for long ago, but is still kicking around. Dried oregano. Powdered mustard. Little cumin. Light. Pepper. Salt. Now, just keep in mind that giving bread to other people, don't try and make a side business out of food. There's too many laws, there's too much, depends where you are, but generally there's too many laws, there's too much this or that, and the insurance will cost you an arm and a leg. And all someone has to do is make a phone call and say, I think I got sick from this. And you're now having to prove that they didn't. At least here in the States. Rest of the world, yeah. Entirely depends where you are. I just immediately, even though I know I have a decent number of people from an international audience here, I just immediately automatically assume everyone's from the States. I don't know why. I actually sort of think which is sort of a silly assumption for me to make, because a fair amount of Twitch's audience these days is not American. And just mixing this to combine, and then we're gonna make some meatballs. You know what silliness I'm just realizing? I should change the title of this stream, because we're not making Italian wedding soup anymore. We're making Italian wedding soup tonight without greens. Because I'm now realizing that I forgot to grab the spinach when I was at the store. But really, what all is there to that? We're chop up some spinach and throw it in there. We're just making soup. Yeah. These first two are a lot of times it depends on how they're going to be cooked. Like the really big balls, you only get if you bake them. Because frying them just gonna make them raw in the center. And I typically do spinach for this, but escarole is also, you know, common heavy hitter in this dish. All right, heating up the oven. Gonna put the cast iron in the oven so it heats up with the oven. Over here, we're gonna do a piece of parchment. We're gonna set the meatballs aside for a moment. Come back to this beauty. And I'm gonna 4-corner fold this yet again. This time I'm gonna do it the opposite way so that these two weird looking sides end up like this in reverse this time. I'm gonna allow that to just do its thing right there, just like that. It's just gonna be a lump, but it is gonna expand some, so hopefully, you know, something like that once we're done. All right, we're good with that. We're good with this. I think we're on to cooking our meatballs. So we'll move this over here and put a flame under there. And some oil. And so these are just going to be pan-seared for this. I think the last time I did this, made this dish, I fried them. Like, pan-fried them, so they were like, just slightly swimming in oil. So I'm cutting down on that oil a little bit for that tonight. We heating up here yet, Pan? Where's my baby tongs? My baby tongs are missing in action. Oh, there they are. They're hiding with the sink. If there is a point to the balls, sort of like that, I try and put that downside, or I try and smush it down into the pan. And I don't know if anyone noticed, but I started building these in the pan, or placing them in the pan, starting from the colder part of the pan and working our way to the hotter, so that when we flip these, if they're ready over here, they're probably ready over here. Yup, meatballs. our bread has shifted. It's fallen in this direction. So it's looking a little weird on this end, but that's bread. Freeform bread is just freeform. These are looking done. Like that one's a little more on that side there. Like that one's looking good. That one goes into this, into the soup. No wait, no muss, no fuss. Just directly to the soup. Our oven coming to temp for our bread. Get back here. I cleaned that just before stream started, so I'm trusting it. Sanitize the top. I'm cutting the heat here. Just using the pan to finish these last couple. The pan, residual pan heat. These ended up, I think, a little large for traditional. I think most of them I see are about maybe penny sized. These are more like a quarter. One minute until our next battle here. Oh, I missed what you were saying there, Celtic. Apologize for not responding. I'm not taking it to market, but I have done stuff in the past. I I've had a business selling food in the past, and my frustration of it was more that there were 101 laws here where I live, and it's very much, to me, a climate where, at least in this county, if you know the right people, those laws don't matter. And it's sort of like, why do we have them if you guys don't care? And I feel like me as a business owner, I went through jumping through a ton more hoops and did a ton more work and spent a ton more money to be the right guy rather than to be the guy trying to make money on what he's doing. Sort of like my same problem with streaming, where I'm not willing to sit here and put on silly hats and talk in funny voices because, while I greatly appreciate your support, it's not that crucial in my life. All right, haste. Let's do this battle. War. That was quick. Victory. Ozzy getting the scroll, that gold. Had Mama Bear doing the killing. Blue or gold, folks. Blue or gold. I think we had someone say last time. No, I agree with you on that one, Celtic. It's, to me, birria tacos have ruined what I think the general public's knowledge of the term consomme is. Like, to me, consomme is the classic version of it where it is a purely clear soup where you take your stock and then you clarify it using a protein raft or some other cleaning, clarifying method that's edible. And you get that, you take that stock, which is what I think the basis of this soup should be, is a stock or a soup, especially since it's Italian, a broth. It's not a clarified one where you can see the date on a dime at the bottom of a cup, or something along that line. I've seen several descriptions, whether it's you can read the date on a dime on the bottom of a cup, or you can soak a piece of newspaper in it. You can still read the newspaper. Things I wouldn't suggest to doing anything you're going to actually eat, but it's supposed to be that clear for a consomme. And then here comes birria tacos with, consomme, which is like this super dark herb-filled broth that it's more intended for dunking. No one picked blue or gold, so I'm gonna pick blue. trying to force it this way a little bit. Nope, it's just going right back. All right, so we got our loveliness here. This needs to come back to a boil. But I am waiting to put my bread in here. I wanted to make sure and got everything in the oven properly up to heat. I want that pan in there fully heated through it at 425. I don't want it just the interior 425. So we're gonna give that another minute before we put this loveliness in there. Yeah, Olive Garden is definitely not Italian in any sort or form. This dish is much more that than Olive Garden. Though I will swear up and down that the product made, I forget the company that makes it. I am pretty certain that either Olive Garden is selling through like retail or vice versa, because they're identical. There is a Italian wedding soup that you can find through the really commercial places like Cisco or Chef's Warehouse or maybe Cash and Carry. That is frozen and you just reheat it. Exact same things. Olive Garden. But Olive Garden also does other weird things, like purposely does not salt any of its water because it's bad for they've decided that it's worse for their pans than it is beneficial. Kills their pan warranties. All right, let's fill this bread. Let's put this bread in the oven. All right, bread is in the oven. Set a timer for 20 minutes there. And we be chilling. Mostly because I don't have spinach. You know, this is the point where we chop up the spinach and make sure it's all pretty made up, cleaned, and individual nice leaves ready to go in with all of that deliciousness. It has been years since I think I've ate in an Olive Garden. I don't know, maybe I went in there randomly once in the last 5 years. Um, but yeah, even at that point when I had stopped, the breadsticks had changed and gotten more formulaic, more industrial. There were several other things that had changed at that point, but like I said, unless I've been in there like once and forgot it in the last 5 years, I haven't been in there. I don't do a lot of venture eating as far as restaurants. I just, too many of them, unless it's a local concept that I might be trying out to eat at on a more regular basis, uh, there's just too many people out there looking to rip you off for a buck. And they took all, oh, did they or didn't? There was great debates over what they were putting in their endless salad too in the past, whether they're going to have olives in it or not, or whether there's pepperoncinis in them, or the with the size that I know it's not Darden anymore. I forget what the name of the company is nowadays. Is it still Darden? Anyways, the owner of Olive Garden. They're from a jar now. Um, they were always probably from a jar. They weren't curing their olives and their pepperoncinis unless they were doing it, you know, at a commercial location separate from the restaurants. They may have a commissary doing things like that to save a buck. But they as a company got to the point, and they're so large, and they have such a commanding sales with their endless salad bowls that they actually have one of the co-ops paying them to keep salads on their menu. Like the salad co-op or something like that is paying them. Like the Dairy Association pays all sorts of people money to do. I would not be shocked if Starbucks and the Dairy Association are cohorts. Um, so like these associations or co-ops paying them as part of their marketing to keep things that keep them making money. Of course, that also means that at some point Darden probably held them hostage with, well, we'll just remove salads from our menu. Oh, they were Cisco from a jar. No, they probably were before. Anyways, like those are things that it doesn't make sense for them, most likely, to have their own olive trees and be harvesting olives and making. It's probably much more reasonable for them to just, okay, buy them from the guy that's making them for the supermarket. But that does sort of surprise me that that does sort of surprise me that they're doing it from Cisco, though. I mean, Cisco is a little bit everywhere and into a little bit of everything. But I would sort of assume that Darden probably would have had their own delivery set up for their own restaurants. So they would be independent of Cisco. That one's a confusing one. Like for these any business is a franchise or has multiple locations, price-wise, it's going to be a lot safer or cheaper for you to have bulk things sent to a warehouse, and then you have a couple of trucks taking the food to the stores. Yeah, it sort of surprises me that they're relying on Cisco. Hey, dinner with mom. How's your evening? Happy weekend to you. Celtic. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's the same thing. A lot of things just change too. Like, certain things get cheaper to do, certain things get more expensive to do, and they impact other things that make it seem like there's very obviously been something in the bread world that they have created in the last 20 years in the last 20 years, that industrial bread, mass-produced bread, to me is even worse than it used to be when I was like a kid. And that goes for like things like their breadsticks. Like their breadsticks are more like, they like have a skin to the bread now. But I'm also thinking of the Chef Boyardee AFK commercial I have, where the perfect sauce for your rice and cheese loaf. You know, it's like, when have you seen a rice and cheese loaf? Or you look back on the 60s when they put mayo in everything. Like, I got a couple of jokes in the Discord section that are legitimate 1960s ads. Like, hey, mix Miracle Whip with your whipped cream. It's making your desserts better. Let's see if I can pull that up. Wow, that was apparently a while ago. It's amazing how certain things just expand and you don't even realize. Like this, I had no idea that this, there we go, there's the ad I was looking for. But yeah, this has greatly expanded since I started this. This has gotten pretty huge at this point. Yeah. You went hungry? That's the newest one from today. It's looking like Tuesday this week. I gotta update this. I gotta change this. This is the 4th. And it has to be the 4th because Wednesday I'm leaving for TwitchCon. So no Wednesday stream next week, no Friday, no Sunday. Be back for maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday next week. Definitely back for Wednesday next week, but maybe Tuesday next week. Interesting. When you click off of Discord, the GIFs stop working, and it's hiding OBS, and so if I go to look in OBS, it stops the GIFs. But it looks like everyone wants me to use chocolate pudding on Tuesday. Which I did say today. If there is one thing I am getting tired of in the ingredient challenge, is finding uses for chocolate and savory dishes. I mean, beyond, I've done it 2 or 3 times now, and beyond mole, there's not a ton. Like, I've used it in mole, I've used it in barbecue. There's not a ton of things that you can throw chocolate in the savory side. And we got to vote for both of them while I've been sitting here chatting about it. Got another 6 minutes until take the lid off of the bread. I think I'm gonna sit down for that and do a short AFK. I'll see you in about 5 minutes, folks.
Now, a new creation from Seal Test. Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions. Handy envelopes bring you brand new convenience and ease. Zip, it's open. Quick and neat. Just the amount you need, the easy way to serve cottage cheese. The rest stays moist and creamy, ready for next time.
Are they handy? Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions.
So easy to use, quick, and no bother at all.
The rest stays really fresh, moist and creamy.
Yes, serving cottage cheese was never as easy as this. Seal Test's new square package with handy, ready-to-serve portions. Zip, it's open. Simple as can be. The rest stays moist and creamy fresh. You'll love Seal Test cottage cheese in new, ready-to-serve portions. Get some soon.
Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread gives you 7 ounces of non-fat milk solids in every loaf, the equal of 90 quarts a year if you serve it regularly. Every sandwich you make, every snack, gives you extra milk. For wonderful flavor combined with sound food values, serve Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread in the pantry pack.
Hey, kids, look what's new. A brand new cereal just for you. Twinkles, the new star-shaped cereal in the storybook package. See? Inside, delicious, crispy, crinkly stars. And outside, a real storybook. All about Twinkles, the magic elephant. See him fly with his rotor tail. Watch him do tricks with his magic trunk. Meet Twinkle's friends, Fulton the inventor, Sanford the parrot, Wilbur the monkey, and more. Read all about their adventures on every storybook package of Twinkles. And wait till you taste those golden little stars, filled with the goodness of energy oats and corn. Remember, only Twinkles has the storybook package. Just tear the magic line and your storybook opens. Twinkles, the new star-shaped cereal in the storybook package.
If you've ever been to Venice, you remember the gondolas and the picturesque waterways. And you remember the food, too. Superb food, prepared with that very special Italian touch. The same special Italian touch that Chef Boyardee sauce with meat can give to your meals over here. because the recipe for this tangy sauce has been brought over from Italy by this famous Italian chef. Chef Boyardee's sauce with meat is made from juicy, sun-ripened tomatoes and tender quality beef, simmered in a spicy sauce that makes a rice and cheese loaf, a casserole, or a spaghetti dish a real Italian-style dish. So when you'd like to add that special Italian touch to your dinner, do it with Chef Boyardee sauce with meat. Try Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms, too. Both are prepared from the chef's own Italian recipe.
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat, the best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
Welcome back, folks. Turn the heat on the soup again. We're going to bring that up to a boil. And we've got 35 seconds until I take the lid off of this bread. Right now, Celtic, my favorite thing to cook is sort of Italian wedding soup. This is a recipe I haven't tried doing this way. We'll see if it turns out all right. He says to caution the audience after making it and after looking at it in the oven. And now we're gonna get into adding our pearl couscous. Pearl couscous. Think about the cost of a phone. Like, I was talking to my dad about this yesterday, so it's in my head. I mean, if you want to go out and just get a cellular phone, there is no really such thing anymore. Like, either you're paying $1,000 or you don't have a phone. For a new phone. But yeah. And yeah, I pay, on the upper end of that scale, I pay 15, 16 bucks. Well, actually, no, I pay 15, 16 bucks for probably 10 or a 12 ounce bag. So probably closer to your high end stuff. But that's also, retail prices are here a little bit expensive. Yeah, that too. I mean, we didn't even, yeah. But when I was a kid in like junior high, high school, I mean, you could buy a cool LED phone for like 10, 15 bucks. Of course, my perception of what 10, 15 bucks has changed too. I mean, 10, 15 bucks doesn't seem that much, but that was rough spending for me as a kid. Do you buy green beans, Celtic? It sounds like you're big into. I mean, you're already got your own yeast cultures, but if you're roasting your own beans, there's not many places that even sell green beans here in the States. Like, either you're like ordering international, or there's a couple of houses. I know there's one in San Francisco, but I think they do most of their sales online. Let's do another. Five minutes on that. And yep, we need to bring this back up to a boil. We're bringing that back up to a boil so that we can get some pasta in there. Oh, Sweet Maria's. Nice. Monster Smash. Victory. 200 gold. Congrats, Treba. There was a roasting company here in Sonoma County that was trying to be, like, I think they were going about it all wrong now, and the ownership has changed and how they're doing things has changed. But they were trying to do almost like computer controlled, almost like an immersion circulator, but with air to roast their beans. guy owning that company is just going to run it into the ground because he treats everyone else like junk. Why are you not boiling yet? We're watching you. You're supposed to boil. They seem to do okay on stream. Actually, I've gotten to the point where I actually more watch them over here. You know, is it really me watching the pot if I'm watching OBS over here instead of, you know, turning around and looking at it? Is it still looking at it? Sort of the, you know, if a tree falls in a forest, did anyone hear it? Sort of a thing. Take a look at the bread here. I think I might pull that. I think that's looking pretty good. Bread. I'm glad I pulled it out when I did, because that is not burnt. It looks a little darker on stream, but I wouldn't want that getting any darker at the same time. Like I said, it's the first time I've tried making this. This is that, I took that recipe for imitation Subway bread tonight. And so that's like if you took 2 Subway loaves and did it in a no need bake method. That said, there's no chemicals or anything. It's not Subway bread, but imitation Subway bread. Done in a bowl. Let's see, what can I throw in here else? I've already got a decent amount of oregano in there, I think. We'll add a little more. And do I have... I do. Little freeze-dried thyme and a bit more oregano going in here. I put a decent amount of oregano in the meatballs already, but happy Friday, J Random. Welcome in. Alright, so we're back to a boil here. Let's add our pearl couscous. And I'm just going to cook it straight in here. These do pretty well for that. There are pastas that I definitely would not suggest cooking in your soup. I think these will do okay. And I am adding all of them just to use up that container. That might be slightly over what I want, but pretty close. So we'll give that about 5 to 10 minutes to finish cooking through. Cook off the foam that it's generating right now. Turn that down so it just sort of maintains that boil. Yeah, Joe, can you type? Doctor, you help me. I'm addicted to Twitter. Doctor, I don't follow you. Okay, I get the joke. But you help me? You drinking? Dad joke? You drinking bot de cuisine? The bot's drunk. But speaking of that, I just realized I was still wearing my Doc Martens. Hi, camera. Over here. Over here, Mr. Wiggles. I'll have a sip of something new tasty. Cheers, folks. Happy Friday to y'all. Or if it's Saturday, happy Saturday. Ah. Ooh. I don't know if I want to wait for Stream Raiders. It's looking like I'm out there solo. So I think we're gonna wrap things up here. Stick photo of our bread. It's a nice looking loaf. Nice soft white bread, bit of a crisp outside. It's really only sort of crunchy at the bottom and the very peaks and crisp points. I mean, delicious for doing that with. Oh yeah, glad I added that veg stock too. I immediately taste it. But we've got another 12 minutes until our next Stream Raiders battle. I think I'm going to call it here. I'll do the Stream Raiders battle off stream after that, because I want to go and enjoy this while it's still nice and, well, it's going to be steaming for a little bit, but oh, it's still nice and hot. Nice! Well, enjoy. Cheers. I found actually after the tasting, like I did a tasting between this and two other bourbons. Both I did Colonel E.H. Taylor, which I have over here. I've got my finger on top of it over here. I did Blanton's, and then I did traditional Buffalo Trace, or the generic Buffalo Trace, the $25 bottle. And I found trying the three of them together, this was considerably smoother and this was considerably smoother than the Buffalo Trace. I had more trouble, you know, picking a favorite between these two. And now that I completely forget where I was going with it. Oh, yes. Even though I tried them and did like a tasting and comparative tasting, this actually shines even more on its own to me, in that it tastes even smoother and even cleaner without the comparison. All right, so we got our photos of our deliciousness. We got some tasty booze to sip on. I hope you're all having a lovely evening. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I would hope so with a name like Toasted. Or Toast. We're going to see who's out there that we can give a raid to. There's a couple of people out there that I can see sending you lovely folks off to go hang out with. I just raided Rhino the other night, so I think I am going to skip that. However, I'm going to send all you lovely folks off to watch someone playing some games. Sort of a common thing here on Twitch. I'm sort of a unusual stream. What a regular of our visitors here. I'm going to send all you lovely people to go hang out with Mr. Play Carrington. Why did that not take? Huh. Interesting. Let's try this. Well, thank you all for joining me. I hope to see you back here on Sunday when menus sort of up in the air, but I'm going to try and, use up all the stuff that's perishable here before I head off to TwitchCon. May or may not do a little prep for my trip. I hope you come to join me for that, and I hope you come back to join me after I get back from TwitchCon, and we'll jump back into our normal things. We have our ingredient challenge coming up on Tuesday this week instead of Wednesday because of the TwitchCon travels. And, yeah. Thank you all. Good night.